Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Well, welcome back to the second half, and probably the better half.
Well, definitely the better looking half.
I know I say that about when I get introduced to Nella. That's Gino's better half. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt.
No doubt. So the second half of our show, we're really pleased to have Lisa Odom with Pool and Shaffery back again on our show. You've been on our show, I don't know, a dozen times, and always bring great information to our show. It helps a lot of you with really thinking about things a lot of us don't want to think about. And we stick our head in the sand and say, it'll never happen to me. Or if I don't think about it, it won't happen. But we always hear about, I hate to say, but tragedy. And today we're going to talk about tragedy, aren't we, Lisa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I know you're so sad even thinking about it, but this is real. And it's not even like I have this one client. You have 6.
Well, she has 9, 6 that were not prepared, and
Right.
3 that were.
Right.
And so that's what
recently.
And we'll talk about the difference between being prepared or not. And we were talking about it earlier today, how well prepared we feel today compared to what we were just a year ago.
No doubt. So Lisa has helped us out with estate planning. Again, she helps us with our corporate development, with real estate attorney. I mean, so much more that you become a resource for us. A lot of times you think of your attorney going, well, I only need them for this. But once you have an attorney on your side, you're like, hey, can you help me with this?
Totally.
Can you help me with this?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I can help you with that. Or I know who can help you with that.
Absolutely.
I know Don was trying to get something done, and I was like, just send one email.
Yeah.
One email, and it'll get done.
Totally. I'm like, my CPA is like, open up a corporate, I do this. And he's like, just send it to Lisa and she'll do it. I'm like, oh.
Yep, done. Yeah.
So Lisa Odom has done a great job for us. And, we're proud that we chose you based on your reputation, how well we know you, but also the great job you've done on our show. Because remember, we bring people on and we'll see how they play out. If they really care, they even know their job. Do they care about their clients? Are they accountable to their clients? Are they accountable to us? Are they accountable to the Santa Clarita? All these things are important to us, and you always fill that need for us, and you've done a great job.
Well, thank you.
So now on top of it, other than being part of America's Professional Resource Group, that group we always talk about as the best financial planners, best professionals you can find in all of Santa Clarita.
Including financial planners.
Yes, including Chris Ingram, our financial planner, at aprgi.com. We also have the ultimate female attorney.
Boom, boom. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
See, we knew what we were saying. See, our crystal ball is always right.
That's right. That's right.
We knew you were
I know
good.
that wasn't a very expensive crystal ball, but it was a good one.
No doubt. I know a lot of
works
people.
wonders.
I hear media all the time with very foggy crystal balls.
Yeah, I know. What was the thing with, you would know, it's a movie trivia thing where it's like he only paid $25 for all that great advice, Big or whatever it was. One of those Tom Hanks movies when he was a kid.
That was big.
Oh, it was big.
It was big. And it was just on the other day. That's fun.
It's such a great movie.
Yeah, it is. All right. And then, of course, you now moved McDowell Odom, yours and your mom's own firm, and now have teamed up with Pool and Shaffery, which is the ultimate law firm.
We got Company of the Year from VIA.
Nice.
Company of the Year. That's
Right. It
freaking
was pretty
phenomenal.
awesome.
Yeah, and VIA, of course, a big organization of industrial, you're talking
Lindsay
about the
Industrial
movers
Association,
and
yeah.
shakers of this valley.
It
So
was a great honor. It was a great, the VIA Bash is where we received the honor, and it was a great event. It was a lot of fun.
See, it's fun bragging about you. This is easy.
Sometimes.
Like she's trying to be all actually, you should see her smile right now. Go to DonnaandGino.com, click on the live streaming button, and you'll see her. She's turning red right now.
Yeah, we're working on that. Yeah.
But that's so cool. So to go into, because I always like adding credibility. So a lot of you out there go, why should I contact Lisa Odom? Why should I go to Pool and Shaffery? But you left, I won't say you combined your forces with Pool and Shaffery for a reason, and explain some of those reasons, because now I know you feel you have more resources behind you and support.
Right. Well, McDowell Odom we had for almost 6 years, and we had built it up to have a great client base. We had really developed our practices, which, were the business, real estate, and estate planning practices, and within estate planning was trust administration and probate. And we were growing at a rate that we, felt that we needed to continue growing at. And we weren't sure. Well, one of the things that kept happening was that we were having to refer out our litigation matters. which is fine and it works. But then sometimes, if you refer out a litigation matter, you might not see that client again because then they develop a relationship with a new client or with their new firm. Normally we would see them again, but it's still, we are losing revenue, and also we didn't get to be as intimately involved. Most of our clients become very comfortable with us and they want us to be involved. And once it goes to a new firm, it becomes a little challenging to get the sort of communication interfaces. So one of the things that we really loved about Pull and Chaffrey is that it's obviously an excellent litigation firm.
They've had one of the best reputations in town for a long time. Oh, my
goodness. The partners are all just absolutely fabulous and so professional and so good at what they do and really honest with their clients about litigation, which is really important because litigation is so expensive and people are very quick to say, I'm just going to sue this person. And you're walking through it and you're like, well, you don't understand, your claim is $13,000. To file the lawsuit is $50,000. Like, not to file it, but to like get through the entire case is going to cost 50 or 100. And once
if you're lucky,
the math doesn't work.
The math doesn't always work. And I really love, one of the things in having these joint consultations with my clients who I have in a transactional light with the litigators in our office is that they're very honest with them about litigation. It's not that you don't have a valid claim, but is your claim worth pursuing at the end of the day? And they're very honest about it. It's not just about the bottom line for our end. And
I love that you guys are always about that, and that's why we always have you back because you do care. Because I know the great attorneys, everybody thinks you guys are all sharks and you just want to add in hours. But realistically, because I know you and I know Jim Reap and I know your firm has got a great reputation, that you guys look for what is the best outcome for your clients, regardless of that. And a lot of times it could be mediation, for example. You go, hey, you guys can let's meet and see if we can come to a common ground, as opposed to go into battle. I mean, it's just like a divorce. I mean, there's no difference.
What's interesting about that is usually what ends up happening when you are litigating is you end up mediating at the steps.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's really what most of the time happens. The litigation is there to force the mediation. It's usually what's happening.
Emotion.
I find that usually in litigation, the only people who win are the attorneys. And it's upsetting to me. And it's not what we wanted. Don't want to encourage that. It's not all about us. We want what's best for our clients. Absolutely. And that is one thing that we at McDowell Odom really pushed for, and it was always for what was the betterment of our clients. And Pull and Chaffrey has the same philosophy, and we love that. That was a perfect marriage of two philosophical.
Yeah, I was glad that was a firm you chose, because there's only a couple of firms I personally know of have that kind of reputation. It's just being good people and really caring about their clients and doing the right thing always ends up best for you.
Absolutely.
And a lot of you out there, because you can I've been taken by an attorney that told me complete BS that, hey, we can do this. Yeah. And at the end of it, it cost me my business, a prior business, a friendship. And at the end, if he would have done his job initially, it would have cost me a couple $1,000 and we all would have been good.
Right.
It would have worked out for everybody, except for the one person that we were trying to get out of the business that didn't deserve to be in the business, plain and simple. And unfortunately, he ended up getting the business.
Does
that make sense? No.
It's really interesting because it's almost, I know we're not talking about, but the business planning is almost the same as when we're talking about the trust planning. A couple $1,000s worth of business planning today can save you so much money in the future. And the trust is the same thing. A little bit of trust planning today can save you all that probate cost in the future. So that's really what I think the firms, that's really what I see you specializing in is let's do a little bit of planning today. Yes, it's going to cost a couple grand, but it's not going to cost 20, 30, 40, 50 in litigation
Time,
later.
effort, emotions. All right. So we're going to go into break here, and we're saving the best for last because this is some good stuff. We were already talking on the break with Lisa about something that a lot of us try to hide from, don't believe it's ever going to happen, but it happens all the time. And Gino alluding to it, that you have 9 clients that had some very untimely deaths that were not properly planned for. And you can't plan for that sometimes, but you can. Your clients, some of them, you can explain. Lisa's going to explain the difference of those who planned accordingly versus the tragedy that some of these spouses are going through due to an untimely death that's already bad enough, and then you trump it with all the things they didn't know what was lying before them, per se. All right, so don't go away. This is good stuff. This could change your life for somebody you know. right here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We'll be right back.